very fine.
The next 30 minutes.
I don't think so. Because English speaking country ain't in America same way. And I say you free Ghana and we watch more of the English Premier League. Premier League near popular because mono a Brofona Moka. Seoko, Angola, Mone, Capo Verde Moa. They also love the Spanish, the Portuguese league, any other. Rich, I don't think that is affecting me in making some statements. There is no league in the world that the production is as solid as the English Premier League. No.
The branding, the talkability around the league,
the content we create around league, league bien we production around the league, is as solid as the English Premier League. Now, there is an example. Rich, why do you think, going into this weekend, Premier League will produce the Premier League table and they will tell you, weekend way, answer the international break, is going to be exciting because look at the Premier League table. Never teams now or more ball according to where they are standing now. Rich, picture we are picture kekeo. They are drawing attention to a lot of things. Yes, starting season way. So Gobi catch say about 10 games we are. Sunderland will be fourth and Kabaka so in the Bakone say about them. But Rich, they are fourth. What it means is that Sunderland had a fourth because they seem to have a fairy tale story. And they are upsetting or more upsetting us. Now, the Premier League is telling you, this weekend, before you go international break, it seems obvious Arsenal is running away with the league. But they are meeting or more upsetting us in the power this weekend. So, maybe you are not expecting to be here. So they draw you your first attention. Say Arsenal is playing Sunderland. Omadani Omo giant killers this season, and that is the reason why Omoda fought. Who you are? No, I can't also. There is a fixture between the second place team and the third place team into number 2, number 3 in Manchester City and in Liverpool and the Messiani. Into watch out for that. Rich, there is a fixture between number 6 and number 8 in Spurs against Manchester United. Then there's a fixture between number 9 and number 10 in Crystal Palace against Brighton and Hove Albion. There's a fixture between number 12 and number 13, number 14, number 15, number 17, number 18. And see, they look at the table, they look at the fixtures and say, look, we can create interesting production around fixtures, whether a coincidence or no coincidence. The argument to say, you maybe a class in the fixtures now. I think we can do the fixtures with the league table. That is how you have people thinking around production. And me said the way. Bare 3-4 days ago, and I'm saying, wow, this is so creative from the English Premier League. Now, Rich, let's get into the games proper. Okay, then come back and say I'm going to call last. Rich, Premier League, me come without evidence, but one day Obama me evidence, me evidence, Nedi. Premier League, I believe there's a part of it. Oma Tracy.
Only more the same Adrian.
Because, Rich, so we a storyteller on Premier League in a wow easy. My main cousin mentioned Argentina this weekend and Sunday international break. The first game in the Premier League is between Tottenham and us and Manchester United. And this is the story. Rich, the new Tottenham Spurs Stadium, no. Almost see as an Omuji Europa League. No. But Omuji Europa League, no. Rich, so who ram into the stadium? One of the first things you see a design at the entrance of mature UEFA Europa League winners 2025. Now Tottenham won it for Manchester United. And tiene, man you bass in the sewer. Almost season stadium. They've come to the stadium previously. Time you see any matches but Rich, this time around, man you see pen on Mutia. They will see Tottenham telling them, say, yet even the sad design we have and we got it from you. That is the first story. Rich. But man you everyone said no more. They will feel confident in themselves. Because for the first time in a long time, Rich, man you are about 4 games or lose here. And we need 3, about draw 1. And they are going into this game with Premier League, coach of the month, player of the month, and more form. And they think a normal status a tenny at their mom. Now, Rich, Eban is saying that just when Manchester United seems to have picked form, next fixture is against him. They've not beaten in the last 4 matches of Wabo. So it is as if say the Premier League is telling Manchester United say, okay, you started picking up. Say no crap say mu improve ya. Then go and beat one of the teams I'm sure match pa. No man can go for say ampa. You are getting onto Mulane. The Premier League any the fixtures any the stories is something else. Now, to give more depth to the discussion of Tottenham's dominance over Manchester United, Rich, my last 4 games in Omasham. And the story is since October 2022.
The best I had draw.
Munchel, Tottenham. October 2022. We are in November 2025. Man U and Tottenham. And that is the game. And then it's similar. So say I no question my improve. Okay, team we must show match pa. Some team break his agents and say Kim and Kofoga on pa. You can say a team no a bampa. Rich, in this game, there is one thing. Sanka Kawanu Tumua and Kebian Kebeya Jumama. Unim say Tottenham was fair under Thomas Frank. Obayan go for Heli oh Abaye Tottenham ye Tottenham team no I Tare or Musa Ding. He's doing very, very well. Rich, he does much better in away games than home. Check here. Under Thomas Frank, Tottenham ain't said that Nhyira or Tottenham was Spurs Stadium, but we are solid. And even in the run-up to this game, journalist Kobusa Thomas Frank said, as a fear no you're convincing, we are super performance. And Rich, I know why. The last message you read was talking about Thomas Frank and the pragmatism. But Rich, so fear on. Now, or supporters for Stadium 1, you can't be too pragmatic. You need to own the game. Play ball, ever so supporters nanny, and you take a lot of the initiatives. Even when line up Ukraino, as so their sister una ubo of ye. You want to dominate the game. You want to take it to the opponent. You want to score. But so where when the supporters react clearly, the expectations and they say, oh, we are away game. A could be about to bet in your winning piano or winning my pay. And that is what pragmatism defines. And on Nama, me want them to clearly say, man, you hear the new my year. Tottenham was home record name yet. Number 2. The person who did the last message by so Kudus Bediagroneno. Sorry to disappoint him. Kudus for knock. In the game where he's not expected to play. That is the reason why on the wings, so share in Share TV or YouTuber, Johnson, any Odobet, our wings ho. Say that be able to push Xavi Simons into the number 10 row no, behind Colomwani. Then and fifth Paulinha Bentancur. Then Omecho back for the Omuni problem with Odogi Poro, Romero Van de Veen, with Vicario Edapomu, and there is a Manchester United team. Let me be someone who say, Rich, Thomas Frank, we've seen him play 3-back before, especially at Brentford. Oba Tottenham, because there are games during pre-season. Now all try say obet me about a 3-backer. Rich, meet Manchester United about 3-back now. I'm sure Thomas Frank will surprise all of us and go the same way. Because Sawankosa, not only Kudusa, with the way Manchester United Ebon, I'm sure they will come and dominate him at home. With the numbers in the middle. One she pay. So be what 3-back. Not over 2 wing backs in a square shape. Which, if you don't take care, that person will dominate you. In the middle of the park, so the toto sa formation here omubo. Yes, you will have wide players behind your 3-backer. They can run behind moving backs no Odobi and Johnson. But in the middle of the park, air control possession in Bibiano. And she and Manchester United attacking over Satim Noti. I don't know if Thomas Frank a pragmatism by Juma now are changing in Sano from their usual 4-back now. Or born to match Manchester United any of 4-back in the year. Rich. I have some more. I think this season, Man U want to break a lot of genes. Now, the amount of film is what I mean to me and predicting Mamu. Hey, you were silent. Timothy, you know, me production no. Me come to so. Mo biya ko push rich man en kasa. Na fe. O ma start that out. O mo da o.
About game we yen lose.
Na afe fru anu aba. O ye be show mo.
The best I thought you beat me and is on the draw game.
But you've jinxed it. That is it. Sana game ni bako. But what jinx again?
Okay.
But I think I agree with you. This is not a game I'm expecting Manchester United to lose. A Joe Munsam Diana Nancy Tottenham Nana or former or the ACC Manchester United, but I'm not expecting Man U to lose. Rich. The way FFC Brashe Arsenal airco away to the Stadium of Light against Sunderland. And Gasadan can say you. But I think there is a small level of fear in my Arsenal. Premier League in one. Rich. Se team be a you know who say oh yeah giant slayers. Not to see the part of fairy tale. Rich, a tile like a crow. And say, I no crazy Sunderland and the Kutas are tight, you know, this season in the Premier League until they do it against the best. Rich, every point go for any Nkoso. So they must end it with Arsenal. Arsenal should be careful. They should be very, very careful about this game.
Especially Arsenal and concede goals.
That is good. That is very, very good for them. there is another story to this game. Rich, Sunderland now winning in ano. Ejina 1 man so if you
Granny Zaka.
And this video I'm showing you, Sunderland for Nanga Sunday posting you. Almost say the man who take us to war. Wow. What do you think they are doing? They are telling Granny Zaka, say, look, you are familiar with Arsenal. You have a link with them. My born in Ayala and Queen Shapo Sports so Monday. No go say woo Arsenal winning streak in a baby. You woo Granny Zaka and you are a former player to them. Enti me and na me stroke kakran. On paper Arsenal should beat Sunderland. Omo harding, but Arsenal looks solid. So on paper they should be able to beat them. Nti Rich, you better how was how no money ABC akọ. Now before game the best starting now, the love story between Shaka and Mikel Arteta has been put on quotes. Yaka say in 2019, when Mikel came, he changed me completely as a human being on the pitch, outside the pitch. Then Mikel Arteta exchanged that gesture and said, I love every minute that we spent together. He made me a better coach. He helped us to develop as a football team and as a club, and I will be eternally grateful to Abantia, your friend Granny Zaka. Rich, Arsenal should win, but Mr. Moa, we should watch out for that level of risk now Arsenal must take to win our game way, and it depends on Abantia, your friend Granny Zaka. And I start your new record. You won't give now 15 minutes. Now, adrenaline, no, I could do work, no, a film. Then it takes the story out of the game. And yes, idea, you need to tell in watching that game. So I was a Chelsea Wolves.
And we didn't send a match. And he's a cry.
And now they come back there, Chelsea didn't know. A man after games be say a raise eyebrows. Emma Pandit.
What was doing now? And your crowd.
And you good.
And your crowd.
Lusu.
And
Rich. Chelsea are coming back to playing on best players for this game because this is a Premier League game. Yes, I will go international break, so there's no excuse to say Mema will be at home. No. If Chelsea are coming back with a senior team, especially with the backdrop say Omu disappointing in the game against Carabao, no more fear. They need to just say sorry for the acquire in the Champions League. Now, Mufamko international break, Chelsea should be able to win. Remember who was for no? They have some decent players, Arias, Stan Larsen, decent. But Omu Kreti chance in the part, they are not able to score. And Omu leaky a lot of goals. The other thing said, I also tell you no Monaso. Now Omu getting this job done off their way. Now Omu etimi ekoma.
Because a team Omu defend ye, and Omu go share. Team won't defend ye now and go share there. How do you win a game?
You'll be able to beat them. Rich, now to the big game. The conversation, Pep. Ama no pay crano. Club has sending a video message or recording who in a video. I was sending a message to Pep. Rich. The football argument of greatest. There are a lot of people are Omakase. We have to be careful. And break it down into generations. Ebwa. And Messi is the greatest of his generation. Emma Tetefoni Mekanjo say, hey, you get it.
Baba has an example. This is
It
here.
seems Obia was strong argument for the generation. Rich, and see, on this Pep way, no, I want to go that way. Rich, for the coaches now about around the generation, he is. His numbers, his impact. Rich, yes.
From Barcelona to Bayern to City,
the trophies, the style, the link of his presence to the national teams. Then the greatest impact, into players under him, coaches attachment under him, and the almost so now to the game. Me, I think that is okay. Until we reach it, by the time I say ready, we mean let a lot of people line up and say, I am into this radio business because Rich Netete me. He gave me opportunity. Because saying BB. Those are the kind of things about Pep greatness, you know. Edimuno.
Everything company of Bayern.
Arteta, Enzo Maresca, Xavi Alonso, Eric Ten Hag. Can mention them. Xavi. Ubo no one Nasia, you learn. Uko attachment on what you learn. And he gives you everything learning. Even if your coaches are omunkoye attachment and omumba under him, but they say we study him. Yes, yeah, no, he changed my idea about football. And Pep has changed a lot of things. Rich. 42 games for the Barca B, 247 games for Barca A, 161 games for Bayern, then 550 and counting for Club FM Manchester City. Now look at this. Ochino won 1,000 game. And to me, so I won 999. Rich, how can you play 999 games and win 715 out of those games? That is the reason why on one guy say, Ojiri say, Sanka or Sababima, on to me numbers. Because I am unreal. And he has 40 trophies to show for that.
And so one something Emma can wins, recently in the performance at Man City. I own enough. To a lose to be one draw. We are talking about wins. That's about Premier League from the name.
I know you streak. No, I hit 100 points in this.
You start again now, no, it's a special. Yes, start here now.
Now, Rich, for those who says, oh, the argument about his generation, no, what are some of the big names I don't remember for debate? Jose, Sir Alex Ferguson. You see, one thing that affects Ancelotti and say, yes, at the highest level, hugely successful. But Ancelotti to me coach to me say Everton. Oh, to me back from. Like right now he's coaching Brazil, that's nothing. And see, Emma on to me reki in numbers said Pep top level coaching in Kwan. Rich, when you bring Jose, when you bring Sir Alex Ferguson, we are talking about coaches within the generation now. Also to me more 1,000 and over matches, no. Rich, Fergie had 632 wins. Jose was 638. Pep 715. And see, these are some of the things. I am uncle for a deep Pep Guardiola and one dance here. Now, Rich, he says Klopp has been the greatest rival. Mati said, Zandoni Joseph for the sea. And you're crack. Now, Pep and Joseph. And you're crack. It is not Jose Moreno. It was Zoran Klopp. Rich, what him say? As the proponent of the Spanish game, maybe if you hear, there was a period, Rich, Liverpool Man City became the biggest club game. Need the match, tension, the quality of the football. Rich, it was unreal. Now for a 2-air classic, Rich, at that level, now nothing. So no mushia. And I agree 100% with Pep. Say the greatest rival a club time, that is Man City Liverpool those days. Rich, in moving on, when him say the best time to bring this when you want to do Liverpool Manchester City, because I think say Arsenal there or so when they compare last season, but Rich, sir, after 10 games from last season this season, I think the bang power situation a bang Liverpool Man City there. Last season, Rich, after 10 games, now Liverpool were 25 points, Man City were 23. This season, after 10 games, Man City won 19 points, Liverpool were 18. So the points gap between Omumienu at the same level last season was 2 advantage Liverpool. Now it is 1 advantage Manchester City. And so now refia. Last season, Liverpool league or share Manchester City home and away, meaning 2-0. And or share. And Rich say I no crescent pep shete no. Now I say last season at this time, now Liverpool ya dey chim to no share. This time me ya dey chim no. I was say me tell me one. This is the game. I share home and away and a slot. I say Pep home and away last season. 2-0 home, 2-0 away. Until this season, it's your musi. Rich. Liverpool jana eso na edum. Eso na edum. Man City enya some streak bi, but still not too convincing. Game mu be de papa.
Okay.
Mu be de pa.
O prediction na in La Liga na kakra bi na imrevi.
Now who say go for predict to say Slot will repeat lineup now the ball Real Madrid. Rich. Second make a technical team no one. I will tell him to change one thing. And my name Mark Florian Vett in both game with. Like send or starting. On for body gap on Gina Obeshe City. So Okone say it will force City to come into the game. The City win who or the ever ha team a friend in Liverpool. What Ore Pep said. The form of Phil Foden in that number 10 role, especially when Minu Nhyira to say Liverpool were problem with defensive midfield now. And Sir Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden come as double number 10 around Gavin Becher. They will be looking for spaces. But Rich, the amount Mimi Gini said Liverpool your favorite in this game, and he said, what it takes to stretch City. And there's a team pair. A team what 2 wing forwards are. Direct. No meaning ball. City pem. And he said, and a slot. Or surely we are last season no say City. He should just put Guardiola here. With him and Salah holding Salah City lateral space on Rich, they will always be favorites to beat Tima, your friend Manchester City. Let's avoid who will win and let's go for over 2.5.
Goals will be back.
Yes, the goals will come in this game. Senior Mimi Eti Ehuno. This is the league table after week 10. You when him say before I remember Monday night after say we are zooming into international break, Rich, we will see what changes. And I send you with fixtures a good table so we will see how Enyoma SC are affected. Now let's rush into the other ones, Now you fire Master Mombreve. Quick one in the Spanish La Liga. We are warning to Momoko bet. Rich, you look at the Spanish La Liga table. Now, we fixtures now, Ebana. Now, only to classic La Liga games involving same fixtures now. Me warn you, then probably that is why people watch our show, to give them what area or more observe here, so that okay, Ayala, they said it on their show and see omo warning and Saturday babesi. Rich, what is the warning? Atletico Madrid, Elbon Levante, Ewofi. In the last 5 games, Atletico Madrid Abon. Already Diego Simeone has done very, very well. Apart from the Arsenal game in the 5 games, what we need their what it means is that gradually, Rich, players will bring now to an Asafin on your formula. Atletico will not lose at Wanda Metropolitano against Levante. Take that one. The Rich, Real Madrid Elko Rayo. TNA. The last 2 times Real Madrid Elko Rayo. The last 2 times they've not been able to beat them. And you have to be careful. Especially when the best DM for Real Madrid this season in Chomani as a pra. And last season, Real Madrid team need balance or money balance. Rich this season, Chomani abobo papa. He's off. So Real Madrid will be bringing Trent at right back. Try and push Valverde Money Camavinga into midfield. Me say, Ejuma Chomani Yema Real Madrid this season, Omubetinya. And Rich, me prediction and I say, Rayo also is in a very, very good form. The last game, Omuko all the way and beat Zagreb, Europe. We should be careful. Look, Rayo against Real Madrid, goals, Ubenya Wasunji. The same thing applies to Celta Vigo and the Barcelona game. Rich, see a bobo about the others. It has always been difficult. And again, Barca also in the last 2 games of our call, but it is always a high scoring game. 4-3, 3-3, 2-2. And see, if Barca and Pobe win, it's going to be sad games, 4-3, 3-2. Nisano man. So, Mr. Barca is not in very, very good form. And Celta Vigo are in a very, very good form. And see, games we konano. Na wakonisa amame. Odi call goals. Na etuwa jinimu. Na epe baby edda. Rich maintenance before I bring my quotes French league I dead. And so we fixtures now. I think the only ones I can mention and it's Marseille will have a double chance against Brest. I am counting on Monaco to also have a double chance against Lens. Then the Lyon any Paris Saint-Germain game I will go for goals and was our game. It will be the same thing and I'm here in the German Bundesliga and so Leverkusen double chance against Edenham. Team my friend Leipzig dear part this season. I will go for their first half double chance against Hoffenheim. Then probably Bayern will see off Union Berlin. Just a win. And goes baby. Just go for Bayern win against Team FN Union Berlin. Then you can add the rest now. Or adding. So before we come to see super class, me wo coach bi edema omo 80 again Mr. Wa tie minchechemu of the course ni ye enrenumre I posted 2 quotes which is a weekend combo into weekend games any ochina de na combo long bets kakra 2 quotes ni enye BW 1FCB 3A 0A and a BW 1FCC2 136. Sa 2 course way a weekend combo. but for any games in Kwano, BW1FE 4A 30C and a BW1FE 58 4CD. Then the last one, BW1FE 65 CDA. And the first two no a weekend combo, long one, and a trainer a walk down no, and so for any games no and kwa. Oko also bempa Ayala ewo X on sa ebeka course no ewo ho. Oko Ayala Sports ewo Facebook. And I said Bismarck also bempa hyphen Ayala so ewo Facebook a. Obekona course no nyina ewo ho kama na yetimi edi akosika film this weekend na ya pesika no so ebi edinti rich
edamase yemra ina yemfa fisam no ento so ye oniema mienu a ye dwene ho